I'm joined by a distinguished panel of guests who have been leaders in the credit union industry in blazing new trails, of course, safe and sound, in the use of capital markets. This session, the first of three we'll host today, will focus on balance sheet management tools. We'll focus today on some of the more complex landscape of activities such as subordinated debt, asset securitization, and loan participations, of which many credit unions are already using, and for many of you are considering in using as part of your management and strategic planning. These complex activities, while mission-linked, usually provide parallel benefits to interest rate risk, liquidity risk, and credit risk. The unpredictable nature of today's markets, banking crisis, and uncertain economy behooves us to consider having all of the necessary tools and levers to manage balance sheet risks. With that, let me turn to our guests and invite each one of them to share their thoughts on balance sheet management tools and how those tools have helped your credit union or your credit union clients achieve their goals. Thank you, panel.
Dan Prezioso from Olden. I've heard the term alternative balance sheet strategies used in relation to credit unions to refer to certain tools that have become more accessible to credit unions in the recent period and are rapidly expanding among them in the past year or so. These include the issuance of subordinated debt to boost levels of regulatory capital, the packaging of asset-backed securities to create additional liquidity valves for the liquidation of loans, the utilization of derivatives to hedge interest rate risk, and the fostering of partnerships with ESG investors, mission-oriented investors, and governmental investors. These capabilities equip a credit union well to manage challenges that occur in market cycles. And in the recent period where we've seen the market whipsaw from extreme conditions during the pandemic to an entirely different set of extreme conditions today, our clients are recognizing utility in these tools and opportunity to help them navigate these conditions and, in fact, to make the most of them. And it's a case, because of the nature of our business, that all of our clients are engaging on one of these strategies. Many of them are engaging on more than one, and I can even think of one client that's engaged on all four. And at an event that the NCUA has generously organized for the industry, I want to remind the audience that that is thanks to the admirable work of the NCUA in recent years. In 2017, they issued groundbreaking guidance in respect of the authority of credit unions to issue asset-backed securities. In 2019 through 2021, they issued abundant guidance on subordinated debt and an entirely new rule framework that, while prescriptive, offered pinpoint clarity on various matters that pertain to subordinated debt and expanded the universe of eligible issuers to include practically all complex credit unions. Since then, they've amended that rule on 2 occasions to facilitate the full participation of CDFI credit unions in governmental investment programs. And in 2021, they issued new rules on derivatives so that the use of derivatives is far less onerous for most complex credit unions. So by doing that work, they've made a very significant contribution to this industry. And now it's for the industry to take up the baton, as it has in the recent period, to really install these tools with first-class adoption. And I think the conversation today is a part of that, and I'm grateful to contribute to it.
Thanks, everyone. Just so you know, I did not meet Dan until today. I just have one quick question. I know we're running short today because these panels are really quick and we're trying to keep the program rolling. Credit unions have not historically been a major player in these products, asset securitization, subordinated debt, until recently, really, when you think about it. How does the marketplace see the credit union industry, and what do you think has changed over the last few years?
It's an interesting question. The answer to it is evolving. It's going to continue to evolve. The market's learning about credit unions from the first time in many respects, thanks to these strategies. I think the advent of ESG investing creates some interesting opportunities, not only for credit unions, but for credit unions to influence that form of investing as well. And the connections that are being made in the market with these market participants that are really learning about credit unions for the first time, I think that's where the next round of innovative possibilities is going to root.